On today's show, we are doing a mid-year checkup.
What's one of the most amazing things that you want to accomplish before the end of 2017? And where are you currently? We're halfway through 2017 right now. Really curious where you are. We're going to go through a few checks and balances. Check it out right now.
Hey guys, today Jason and I are going to be doing a little mid-year checkup. Just about the end of June, end of the second quarter, halfway through the year. We're going to see where we are in terms of where we set out to be by this time of year and what's going to happen for the rest of the year, right?
Yeah, I mean, the crazy thing about time and where you are right now inside your personal lives or your business is it moves so quickly. I mean, think about where you were 10 years ago, 5 years ago, last year, and more importantly, think about where you were in January of 2017. Time goes by so darn quickly, and I've always kind of, and it's hard to think like this, so bear with me, but I look at it like this. I look at time kind of as a snowball and the evolution of things moving forward. Like 6 months ago, 6 months went by, and it went by very, 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 very quickly.
Sure did.
I hope you have kind of in your head that the next 6 months should be more productive than the last, and you compound your time, you compound what you're doing in your lifestyle and your education and your growth and your business, and really you should be significantly further in 6 months from now than you are today compared to 6 months before.
Yeah, definitely. And the scary part is that as you get older, time starts moving faster. So you really got to be on the ball.
Yeah, it moves fast, but at the same time, there's a lot of time. No one in life should ever kind of continue to get toward the end and be like, oh, I didn't accomplish everything that I really wanted to. There's enough time in the day to do everything you want to do as long as it's done the right way. So we're going to jump into reporting and some metrics to follow first, and we'll see where that takes us.
Let's start with a question or two. Okay, so starting with reporting metrics, what's something that stands out to you that has happened, the first half of this year, either good or bad, related to like our metrics and the things we track?
Yeah, so we're big on reporting and making sure we know exactly what's going on every day. We're down to how many new email addresses we're acquiring every day. Sure. That's always been something I've been passionate about, you've been passionate about, related to making sure that we always have a track on how many people are coming into our funnels. Those are, the goal of that is ending to be a client, but the goal of any funnel, and it doesn't matter what line of business that you're in, the goal is to get as many people into the mix as possible, as broad as you can. To us, it's just an email address. That's all that we're important of right now, because the true people an email address will turn into much more information about them. Get as many people into the mix, and then you weed them down to, okay, here's everybody who is interested in real estate. Okay, here's everyone who's a real estate investor. Here's everyone who's localized in our market. Here's everyone we could potentially lend to, and then you have your core clients over there. So one of those things of us continuing to tweak that has always been important. I'm glad we stick to that.
No, that jumped out to me too when we took a look at some numbers. I think it was like a 30-day snapshot that we did a week or two ago with all that stuff, with the impressions and clicks and like all the traffic that we're getting from different sources like social media and like paid ads and email and SEO. It was more than I anticipated. It was high. Yeah. That was a nice surprise.
And the cool thing about that is it's not necessarily it's good to have a high number, but it's more of the right people in there. So for instance, for every 2 people we bring in, we'll probably lose 1. That's great. Either, if they don't want to be on our email list, it's no problem. The purpose of an email list, the purpose of clients is you're doing business with them and they want to be there. If they don't want to be there, there's no problem. So it's good to kind of tweak that. So, think about in your business. There's tons of things you should report. There's tons of ways to set up metrics. It can be financial. It can be, business volume, business units, amount of marketing pieces that you do. Think about what works best for you inside your business.
Cool.
So let's talk a little bit about goal tracking and goal sheets. Obviously, whatever goal you put in place earlier this year, if it was a goal that had to be done in the first quarter or by the first half of the year, hopefully you accomplished that. If you did not accomplish that, a few things to keep in mind: reevaluate to make sure it's still important to you, because if it's not important to you, meaning you're not doing it, get rid of it. It's just bogging down your to-do list anyways. But reevaluate where you're at, the ones that maybe you didn't fully hit. Reevaluate some of those goals, and hopefully you'll get them done before the end of the year. Was there any particular goals that you wanted to get done in the first half of the year that you didn't? and now it's still extremely important. So you make sure you get it done before the end of the year.
That I didn't. I actually don't know, because I have to go and take a look at that goal sheet. I'm sure there's a couple things that I've not gotten done quite yet this year. We had a good one that we did get done. We had a big overhaul of our financial back end at HMB, and our lending software, loan servicing software, and accounting firm and bank even all got changed in the first quarter. That was a big project. We knocked it out, and we are in a better place because of it, for sure.
Yeah.
That was a big one that did happen. In terms of what's going to go into the second half of the year, or what I didn't get to, I will have to. I mean, I know one already, but that's been planned for the second half of the year. It wasn't something we didn't get to in the first half of the year, related to a little marketing.
Exactly.
revamp.
Well, the cool thing about goal setting is after you kind of learn to master goal setting and accomplishing your goals, it just becomes a habit. It's like super easy. There's whatever works for you related to making sure you're accomplishing your daily goals and your long-term goals, that works. What personally works for me is I have two sheets, like I have two categories, and I have stuff on my to-do list that has to get done, and I get a lot of satisfaction from crossing it out. And it's got to be more short-term goals. Anything of like, okay, we'll do this marketing campaign, or reach out to this client that maybe it's more than just a to-do list. It's more of like, it's a client maybe that it's it's a harder person to approach or something like that. And I get a lot of satisfaction from crossing that out. But more importantly, if that sits there and that moves down on my to-do list or goal sheet every day, it pisses the heck out of me. So, and I put a lot of pressure on myself to make sure all that stuff gets done. I want to clean the slate and go home knowing that all of those things were done. So I do that on a short-term basis, and then on a long-term basis, I have bigger projects like, I don't know, recreate this, or set up this marketing, but whatever it is. There's a lot of different ones on that. So whatever works for you. The cool part about the bigger projects is I usually do those digitally. The other stuff I like handwriting. The other stuff I do digitally, and the reason I do it digitally is it's not in front of my eyes at all times. I don't want to look on my desk every day and see these gigantic projects that I feel are just overwhelming, that I'm not going to be able to accomplish quickly. So the reason I put them digitally is I can touch base with them and check up on them on a regular basis, but not every day. And eventually, you obviously put a timeline on them. I do put timelines on them, and typically, even if I procrastinate and wait till it's a little bit close to that time until I approach to do them, they do get done. And maybe it's like 30 days out, then it's like, oh crap, I need to put these on my shorter term to-do list, knowing that they're going to be in front of me every day.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, I do something similar for sure. Okay, moving on to second half of the year. What's something that you've had on your list or in your mind? Maybe something big. I mean, it could be a normal routine thing, or maybe like a big crazy one that's like, yeah, this won't happen, but it would be amazing if it did. Yeah,
I mean, the stuff that I've been talking about very publicly over the last few months is creating retargeting the educational courses that we already created and giving them for free as a free real estate course library for every single person out there. We have so much hard work that we put towards videos, content, and stuff like that, and really working on categorizing all of them, putting them kind of on the right interwebs portals and stuff, because I strongly believe that no one needs to pay for real estate courses out there. There's so much free content out there anyways. There's no need to pay for it, and we have all of that content. Some of the stuff may need to be revamped or brought up to times, but for the most part, a lot of that content doesn't really change. And we have it all over. We have it on REI 360, we have it on HMB blog, we have it here, we have it there. I want to have one centralized hub, one centralized location that people can search for what they want. Wholesale stuff, construction stuff, raising private capital, whatever that case is, and we have all of that stuff. It's not going to cost any money for anybody to access it. I think it's important to do that. And just for straight transparency, the reason why we do meetup groups, the reason why we do all of these courses and stuff is we're a lending company. That's all we want to do is lend money, and knowing that if we provide value of stuff that we already know, we take it for granted that we know some of this stuff. If we provide value of that stuff, we know when the time comes, hopefully we can do business together.
Yeah, and when you were saying that, I was thinking, since we're going to make it public and have it on one centralized sort of location, maybe we should throw it on like Udemy or one of those free educational things too.
Yeah, but don't you have to pay? I think you got to pay. You got to pay for courses there.
On there.
Yeah.
Both. Okay.
No, I mean,
Well, we can look into it.
yeah.
Free and paid.
Yeah, I mean, the goal is to put it everywhere, but the goal is to get people to hard money bankers to share that and get it.
No,
so
that's a good one.
it's just a marketing thing that I've been passionate about for a long time, and I think we always try to wrap our head around like, what do we want to do with this? What do we want to do with this? We put so much work into it that it doesn't do anything. I think that's the right play. How about yourself?
Okay, so one that I've been talking about is just doing a revamp. Like this one's kind of basic. It's not super exciting, but it will be a good upgrade. Just doing a revamp of like our marketing funnels and stuff that's been around for a few years now, probably a little stale. We have better things to put out there, so that's one. And another one, kind of the moonshot, big idea, might not happen sort of thing that I was mentioning before, is something related to the book, to the whiteboard book. We had come out close to 2 years ago, and it's cool. Like it's done a lot for us in credibility. People buy it. We make a few bucks. Nothing wrong with that. We give it out a lot. Again, people have given us really cool feedback related to chapters and stories in the book and stuff like that. But maybe we can step that up a little bit. Maybe we throw it around to bigger publishers, or I don't know, just do some kind of bigger media play related to the book. That's something I was thinking of. That it's probably a big project, a big sort of moonshot, but hey, maybe go for it. Second half of 2017. Yeah.
So, question to you is, what's a big goal that you want to get done before the end of 2017? Because I promise you're going to wake up very, very soon, and it's going to be fall, and then it's going to be winter, and stuff goes by very, very quickly. Make goal setting, make execution, make it a habit. Really make it a habit inside your business. All of us are very, very talented, and we have the ability to do things on a regular basis. So you can either go through the day, you can either go through your life and kind of keep it unorganized and wake up in the morning and say, okay, well, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. Or you can have an extremely well-oiled, meticulous machine of these are everything that I need to do today, and then you feel good going in. So where are you halfway through the year? We'd love to hear. Please comment below. Share your experiences with us. Share your experiences with others, other colleagues, everybody. If you enjoyed this video, you enjoyed hearing this podcast, feel free to share it with everybody. We certainly appreciate it. Like, comment, share, subscribe.